Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. I'll be going over my January favorites in today's video. It's a short video because there were some items I was waiting for that I ordered in January and it didn't make it here till very late in the month. And I didn't get a chance to try it, so did not include those in this video. So everything here are only items that I've got to review, got to try, swatch, do all that good stuff, and have found myself going back to them whenever I get a chance. The first item I have on my list is going to be Chanel's Quad Mediterranean. And this is a limited edition release that came after their Christmas collection. So this is more for New Year's, and I would say just really, really pretty. Reminds me of the Le Beige Intense palette from last summer, and that palette has 5 shades, but this one has 4. The sparkly finish, that soft sparkly finish that Chanel shadows are known for, you definitely get that here. So if you like this type of color story, and I think it does match my top today, but if you like that color story, I think you'll enjoy this palette. Easy to use, just like most of Chanel's makeup. The second item is from Natasha Denona. It is her mini biba palette, and I really love the look that I got from this palette. I also don't have the full size, or is it meaty size? Meaty palette. So this is my first from her famous neutrals color story. And it really is the shade. Let me go back in for a second swatch. I think this is the shade Izzy. And it really was coral tone on my skin, so I thought it was beautiful. And then this one here just really was a perfect complement to the entire color story. So surprisingly, I just really enjoyed this mini palette of hers, and we haven't seen, or I guess of the minis of recent, this one is the most the one that I'm most excited about. So looking forward to what other minis that she might bring us this year. The next item is going to be also from Chanel's latest collection. This is their blush in Paige Rosé. It is so gorgeous. It has these gold flecks, and I think you can and this blush, depending on how much pressure you go in with, you can get a lot of pigmentation out of it, but you do have to go in with a bit more pressure because of this. Well, I think first because of the formulation, but second because of this embossing here. When you put a blush brush, I would go in and tap it like this and then put it on. But I think because, again, with the combination of the formulation and the embossing, you really have to go in a little bit more to get color off of it. And I think I can just show you. It's very light. You have to go in and build on it. You might even want to use an angled brush because that can help you get a bit more, and the placement also can be more concentrated. And then as you have enough pigment, or just enough to your liking, you can then buff out. So this is a blush that I found, having used it a couple of times, it's hard to make a mistake on because you do have to go in a little bit more to build it up, but it just has that really pretty glisten that's on the golden side. So if you do like that, this is definitely, I definitely recommend this. My last set of items are all from Suku, and I first have the quads here. These are not limited edition. We have 08 Kazenade, and then 07 Beni Seki. Beni Seki is what I have on my eyes today. I will include a brief tutorial of this look at the very end, so if you're interested, stick around for that. I just love the color combination of this, teal combined with this orange. And for a quad, typically that's not what we see here with the brands that I review on the channel. Same thing with this kind of gray brown with the fuchsia. It's not what you would expect, but it works and it's very pretty. They also paired it with some very complementary shades and textures to give your look more dimension if you wanted to. And also, this is a metallic shadow, but I find that SUQQU's metallic shadows and their satin shadows, which they don't have any mattes or satin mattes in these quads, but they're quite similar in texture to Tom Ford's new cream quads, the new formulations that came out from Tom Ford. So this one's more metallic, which you're not going to find on the new cream quads, but it's kind of like in between and does really have that vibe. If you are looking to try something similar from Tom Ford, if you like the Tom Ford new formulation, you want to try something kind of like it, you can get that from SUQQU's quads. Like, it's comparable, I find. And my top picks for January should come as no surprise if you've seen my recent videos. These are going to be the SUQQU Melting Powder Blushes. I have 06 Yubae on my cheeks today, and it's such a bright shade that when I first received it, I thought, oh, well, I gotta really think about this, you know, think about the look, but it goes on so soft, it blends right into your skin, that it can look kind of neutral, a little bit subdued. So you can wear it with many different types of looks. On the website, they describe this, the initial set anyways, of shades from this melting powder blush line as neutral shades. I would not look at this and think of it as neutral. And same thing with this shade here. And I did grab a third one. This shade, this pinky, this cooler pinky shade here, and this is a coral pink. I would not think of them as neutral, but they work because the formulation allows you to really effortlessly blend. You can build up the pigment, which I do want to demonstrate right here. So I'm really happy with what I have, and I do actually have some highlighter here, but just for demonstration, let me go back for a generous second application. So you see that compared to the left side, it's more built up, and you can continue to layer it on if you want to. And I'll just add it to the other side to balance it out. But it's hard to go overboard and make a mistake. I would say when compared to the Chanel blush, this one off the bat definitely has more pigment in comparison, but they're both equally difficult to make a mistake on, I would say. Very, very easy to blend, and for how pigmented these blushes are, they're extremely easy to diffuse, and they just meld right into your skin. So those are my January favorites. I do have two items I want to mention because I got them in January, but they're not new to me. I've been using them for some time, but I think it's worth it to show you guys, for anybody interested in the brand, interested in trying these items, or just curious about shade differences. So what I have here is from Merit Beauty. They kindly reached out and asked if I was interested in adding a few more items to my collection from them, and I said sure. Like, I've been using their products all of last year, so yes, I am running low on some products, and other products I'd like to try for the first time. I got the Minimalist in the shade Bone. The Minimalist is a spot concealer, concealer, or foundation. You can use it for all three. It is what I have been very consistently wearing for all of my makeup base, and I was interested in trying this shade because it is the lightest shade they offer with a neutral undertone, and I have neutral undertones. Typically, I am, when it comes to under eye concealing or any kind of highlighting I'm trying to do, typically I use linen. Even during the summer, it works for me. And in the wintertime, it works for me as well, but I was curious to see how Bone would work. And Bone is what I have under my eyes right around here and on the bridge of my nose. So you can see this area is brightened for that reason. And I thought bone would be just way too light, but let me try it anyways. It works. And I think just probably for fall and winter, once it starts warming up and I am outside, I'll probably have to switch back to linen. And then the third shade that I have here is Bisque. This is the third level deeper into what they offer for neutral undertones. So this is Bisque, Linen, and Bone for those curious. My skin tone is light to medium, definitely more medium during the summer, and now we're in the middle of winter, end of winter. I'm definitely on the much lighter side. So all of these three shades work for me. What I find too, when I'm kind of in between, I haven't really been outside all that much, but I am getting more sun, I would combine Bisque and Linen. So I would still use linen under my eyes and then have some linen on my cheeks and Bisque, like maybe in these areas here that I want to have a more chiseled effect. Then I'd go in with my foundation brush after blending in this area, because this area I want it to be, you know, just one shade. Then I'd go in with a brush to just mix the two. It's worked really well for me, and I was able to adjust how the foundation looks and just work with dimensions throughout like the entire year with just two shades. But now with Bone, I feel like my game has been upgraded. So thank you to Merit for sending me or giving me the option to choose, and I love that I picked another shade to try. And then the last item is also from Merit. This was the second item that I chose, is their brow pomade. And it's what I have on my brows. This shade here is Blonde, and I guess I could go a shade deeper, but I'm not looking, these days anyways, I'm not looking for a really like dramatic brow effect. It just gives my brow a more relaxed look, which is what I'm preferring, what I'm more drawn to. And it's not quite, like, it doesn't quite give me feathered brows. I think I have to combine it with some other product to get it really like to, you know, look like it's moving in this direction upwards, but it's more relaxed. It does have like a fluffier look, which is what I'm going for, and that's why I really enjoy this as well. This I've been using, so I got a backup of this, but this I've actually been using since last year, and it's been lasting me a long, like it's been several months now, so this definitely has lasted me a long time. I don't find it's not drying out. Given how it feels even on the back of my hand right now, I could easily use it for another month or two, maybe more than that. So yeah, well, there you have it. That is everything that I wanted to show you for this video. So glad I got a chance to get this one out before it was too late into February. I do have a bunch of eyeshadow palettes that I got in January, and then a few other items have come in for February that I'm looking for a moment to try. So I'm hoping that scheduling works out and that I have time to sit down and give the attention that they deserve. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you again in the next one. Take care. Bye.